Well, good afternoon. Welcome to my Bajerski channel. How you doing? Oh, he needs a shave. Mind you, I look a bit older and more, I don't know, wise? No. Anyway, I was just sat down, finished all the sage. Hallelujah. Yeah, 600 cases of sage I worked on. All done, all with great energy in, Moldavite, singing bowl, energy in there as well. Lots of amazing things that I did. So I feel great actually. I might look a bit of a scruff, but I feel great. It's been a good day today in and amongst the madness that we're living in. I come to terms with, you know what, the madness is a madness. You can only do so much. You can only put out so much. Until you slip over the edge and then you're no good to anybody. So I'm just going to lighten the load if that's okay with you guys. And a lot of people can't afford to do certain courses of mine, and I totally get that. I appreciate it. So I do my best to help, and I do, and lots of people will confirm that. But also I do a lot of free stuff on here as well. I do a lot of work. I've just stepped back a little bit from the healing, online healing. I needed a break, and you can see my energy's getting better now. So I just needed a little bit of a break. But tonight I'm going to give you some of my energy if you want some, and I'm going to take you through I don't know, half an hour, an hour. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can make a nice little tarot workshop. So basically, this is one of the things that I put out there and I've been doing for many, many years, which is a workshop on how to read tarot, dispelling the notion of death, hangman, and all the witchcraft and all the negative stuff that I believed also was part of the tarot cards. I really did believe that at one time, because you know, people tell you these things and you listen, and eventually you start to believe it until you actually stop and you say, you know what, let me just see myself. And tonight I'll dispel a few things and also share some of the secrets that I do in the tarot online course. So and I'll just take you through some of the things. I'll also tell you about the course as well, because some people are absolutely loving it at this moment, and you kind of inspire me to actually make this video, to share it. I always think when something's doing really well and people are loving it, I think that's the best time to do it. Talk about it, you know. Not when it's not doing well. When it's doing well, you should be talking about it, because there's something in the air, there's something in the energy. And a multimillionaire once said that to me. He says, why would you advertise when it's quiet? Because when it's quiet for a reason. So when you're busy, that's when you should be advertising, because more people are interested. And that made sense on a business level. On a spiritual level, I think that's exactly the same thing, actually. When somebody's feeling something, everybody else feels it at the same time. So let's do some cards, shall we? Let's talk about tarot, especially mine, because it's different from the Way deck and all the other decks that people use. So I'm going to show it you now. So say hello to a beautiful and very unusual tarot deck that only apparently 1% of tarot readers can read. Now, my mentor said to me, I've found a deck of cards. And I went, yeah. She said, I'd like you to try them. Oh, no. I'm happy with my cards. We've still got them. They're around somewhere, don't know where. They're still around. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. I said, no. I'm happy with my cards. Now, this woman went a bit off the rails. Bless her. Doreen Virtue. Hey, is that your real name, love? Could be. Hey, I liked your cards. You channeled well. Not so sure now if you're channeling well, but maybe you are. Who knows? But these cards were great. Now, on these cards, there's not really much info, really. There's a little bit of writing. And what I noticed was, with these cards, not what most people noticed. I read these cards in a completely different way. I didn't look at the writing. I didn't look at Merlina. I didn't look at any of that. I just looked at the the photos, the images. And I didn't realize I was doing this until my first mentor told me I was doing it, because she said, how do you know that about my daughter? And I said, don't know. She says, well, it's not in the cards. And I said, I just saw it and felt it. And that's where she picked up on it. She picked up on how I was channeling. And basically I was channeling through images, and I was seeing colours, numbers, even the names and writing would change, so it wouldn't actually be the same. And I remember many a times when I was using these cards, people would say, where's that? And I'd say, there's no point looking, you won't see it. And a lot of people used to like to come and look at my cards, and so I'd pick the cards up and say, here, and they'd go, what? And I'd say, well, you're looking at my cards and you're telling me, yeah, you do it, you give me a reading. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, no, I'm only kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't look at the cards. Let me do that and just listen to your message. It's always a good way to enjoy your reading. Close your eyes. See, little things like this make a difference, and they might help you if you ever go for a reading. So, my first mentor said, I want you to look at these. I went, don't want to look at them. Stubborn mule. Mark, please look at them. So anyway, eventually I started looking at them. And eventually, if you've ever read my book, which is called Seeing the Invisible, there is one story in there when I truly believed I met an angel. And she predicted, as I was giving the reading, it was her who gave me the reading, and predicted that I would use a new set of cards. And one day, these cards that I was reading for her said that would not work. Can you imagine? Angel lady, and I believe was an angel, or definitely somebody from another world, the spirit world. She told me that these cards, which are meant to be angel cards, she told me, no, they're not the ones. She said, they won't work. And she was right. There was a point where they didn't work. And it's a great story how that happened. But anyway, let's have a look at these cards, shall we? So the way Mark Bajerski reads tarot card is different from the way most people read them. And what that means is most people will get a deck of cards, and in those cards there'll be instructions. And in the instructions it gives you all the reasons why each card has, and it will give the meaning to that card. And if you lay different cards down, it gives you different meanings, and certain ways you would lay the cards would be past, present and future. And there's lots of different ways, very exciting ways, but not the way I read. And the reason why I didn't read those ways is because I never trained with anybody. So I basically just started doing it out of synchronicity. So these cards would just lay down on a table in my little shop, and people would pick them up because it would say, please choose your angel message today. And people would come up to me saying, what does that mean? And I started reading for them, and they'd say, but it doesn't say that in the card. And I'd look confused and say, oh, I don't know where that came from. And they'd be crying, or they'd be saying, how do you know that? And then they'd look at the card. They said, well, it doesn't say anything about, you know, my dad being a farmer and he passed away in bed, and he loves you because you said this and you didn't say that. And like, how did you know? It was like, and I said, I don't know. It's weird. But I realized that what was happening is that when I took a card, I'd look at it and it would be giving me information that would be the beginning of a story. So through the tarot course, the online tarot course, what I try and help people with is a certain kind of magic that resides within you. And to be able to turn that magic on, you've got to at least try and focus and then flow with that focus. So you see something, you feel it, and then you go with it. So it's not like you're always looking at the cards, looking for information. It's kind of like a feeling. You see it, and then you. A lot of people tend to say, oh, it's just your imagination. But that is deliberate. That's deliberately put there on behalf of, I believe, the darkness. The darkness weaves fear and doubt into people. When you can clear that away and ignore that, you can really tap into something very special. And I used to read for thousands of people, and I can tell you, it's easy. It isn't difficult. The only difficult thing is to clear away the fear that's within you. And your fear is because of your past and what people might say, or you might get it wrong, or, So this tarot course that I work on for 10 hours with you, it gives you confidence. It clears away the fears and it allows you to have fun. And in that energy, which you may see as fun, is actually very powerful. It's a very light energy. So a lot of my work, people will always tell you, he takes his work very serious, but in a light-hearted manner. And there's a secret to that. There's a real, true key opening ability to touch the very essence of your true seeing, feeling, and being. It's incredible. It's a magic that you can tap into. So when I started reading these beautiful cards, I basically took the cards and planted 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I used to do 3 and 3, 6. So I used to put 6 cards down and then continue 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep doing that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 till all the cards, the 78 cards, were all on top of the 6 piles. So I shall do that now. Now, this way you know that the cards are very separate, and every time you give a reading, you should always, in my opinion, do this, because it's a good shuffle, it's a good mix. Some people will mix it this way, no problem, do it any way you want. This is just the way I learned to do it in my own understanding. Sometimes I just use 3 piles, but I think predominantly I use 6 piles, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so after I put the 6 piles down, I'll grab one deck, get another one, get another one. Okay, so that's 3, and put them there, and then grab that one and that one there and that one there, the other 3, and put them there. So I've got basically 2 piles there and there right next to me. So both piles are on my left hand side and on my right hand side, so I feel comfortable. So if I choose one of the cards from one side or the other, I'd put it down in the center, in the middle, right? Now, I don't ever think about which pack to take from. All I do is just grab whatever I feel I want to grab when I want to grab it. So there is no way, there's no ABC, there's no method. I believe the true method of reading is in the flow, or in the moment. In that moment where it is complete and utter, I just did it and I don't know why. When people say that, I say, good, that's exactly how I want you to be, because as soon as you kick your head in, you'll probably go for the wrong thing. So just do it. So I'm just going to choose a card now and just talk to you about the card and give you some info, right, of how I would share the energy of this card and what it means to me. And maybe if you start to feel it and think, wow, I get what he's saying, it feels right, oh, this is really nice, I really enjoy this, well then you might want to do the 10-hour course. Maybe, it's up to you, but here we go. So let's just choose a card and go with it. Now this card is quite a dark card when you see it. And when you look at this card, and if you're reading for, let's say, a woman who is in a relationship that is a little bit challenging and she's going through a little bit of issues, if you don't say anything and you pick this card up, you can clearly see that there's a problem at the moment with this person. This person is not in the best frame of mind. In fact, when you look at his mind, it's all over the place. In fact, when you look at it carefully, you'll see everything is actually out of his mind. None of the parts in the mind are fit together correctly, which means that this person is not functioning on all cylinders, so to speak. Okay, so there's something very wrong. There is a breast there, and the breast is normally something to do with love, nurture, kindness, caring. So there's an issue here as well, a lack of nurture, love. And if you look very carefully, there's definitely a woman there who doesn't look really, really happy. She looks very sad. Her head's down. She seems a bit lost. So if you're reading for a woman, there's a very strong possibility that there is a male energy, a presence in her life that is causing her a lot of pain and suffering. And one of the things in this card, what I would say is that how are you ever to understand this man when he doesn't understand himself? So by looking at this card, I can clearly see she's trying to work out who this man is. So it may be a partner, it may be a business partner, it may be somebody that she loves and cares for, it could be somebody who's brand new in her life. But she can clearly, you can clearly see and feel doubt, worry, a lack of understanding. And this is a challenge for this beautiful soul. This person here seems to be a little bit also, by looking at his eyes, he's not happy at all. So within himself, you can see he's not happy. His mind's all over the place and it's a struggle. As I look at this card, I can also see almost like a devil. There's kind of like a devil there. And I saw that very quickly, which means that this person is starting to get a little bit dark. So there's a very strong possibility that he might be losing his mind and he's starting to do things that he shouldn't do. So there could be a form of issue with his life. And that issue could be he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. A lot of the times in this card, this has a meaning to me of addiction or doing something that he knows he shouldn't be doing. So as I'm talking to this beautiful soul, I'm trying to give her information. So from this card, I would then relieve myself and move on to another card. This card then would talk about her and her energy. As you can see her, one of the reasons why she's feeling so down is because she is not being her true self. Now this is a cup, and in cups it normally talks about love. Okay, so you can see here that love doesn't mean that she's with somebody. You can see the love that she generates and she is receiving is very powerful. But the message from this card to this card tells me clearly that what she needs to do is find her love again. Because whatever's happened in this relationship, her energy has been depleted, it's been stolen, her light has been overshadowed. And this card is telling me clearly, listen woman, listen girl, you're going to have to leave this person for a while, or for a day, or something like that, or whatever you want. But if you want to find your light again, you're going to have to work on self-love, because you are absolutely screaming inside because you want to share love. You have loads of love to give, but this person cannot ever absorb or love or understand what you have to offer. You are not in the same place. So what you're giving is a waste of energy to this person because it won't work. Therefore, you need to love yourself again. And I need to remind you that your energy is amazing. What I see here is a brand new love. And that isn't another man. It's a brand new love in yourself. You are your answer to your happiness, to love. And from that moment on, and I turn another card then, from that moment on, you will become wiser. You will become stronger. You will become happier. You will have a beautiful life filled with excitement, new keys to door. You will feel new energy to do sports. You will become a healer. You will become wiser and stronger and more powerful. You are the answer. And that is my message tonight. So that would be like the first few minutes of the reading, but then I would continue with other things. So she might then start crying and say, it's true, I don't know what to do, but now you said that, it kind of makes some sense. She then, at the end of the reading, when I'd finished it all, she might say, have you got any suggestions of anything I can do right now? So I would then take the card and go like that and say, well, if you're sat down and you're thinking about this relationship and you're thinking about what you should do, you're going to find you'll be more frustrated, because in the thinking is causing more issues, it's causing more negative energy. You're wasting your energy, you're burning your energy, you're frustrated because you're trying to figure out what to do. So my suggestion would be not to figure it out, to let it go and just live your life daily, do what you would do normally, but without that energy, and just be yourself and do all the things that you feel is right in your heart and soul. Just enjoy yourself. Stop worrying about anything. Don't look for any answers. Just let the answers appear to you. Let life take you to where you need to be. And from that moment on, you will become stronger, more loving. You will become more healthier. You will know exactly where you're going and what you're doing. You will be a rock. You will be a rock. You will be stronger. You will eat healthier. You will feel better. There are certain things that are about to happen in your life that are going to become more fruitful, more joyful, and you will take the wheel of your car. You'll take the wheel of your car, and that means that you are in control. So the secret is to be in control of your life, not to look at anybody else to help you along your journey, but for you to help yourself. This is all about you. Forget anybody else. Be the strength and the power. Be the teacher. Be the trainer. Be the guide. Be the guru. And you will be the most amazing soul, and magic will happen. So that's how I'd be doing the reading on a client. I'll now show you a card on this side and tell you the meaning of this card, okay? So what we're looking at here is somebody who was trapped. Somebody who was in so much pain and suffering that they decided that they would no longer feel that pain and suffering, and they decided to put a wall around them. And this happens often with all of us. We don't want to feel that pain again, so we turn away from it and we say no more, and we protect ourselves. It's a kind of invisible shield that we create, and it's as thick as the biggest wall in China. It's so thick and it's all around us, okay? Now, in that period of time, we can heal, we can rest, but that in itself doesn't help. It just allows us to not experience certain things. But in that very moment of doing that, putting this wall around you, you miss everything. And the real magic within you is trapped. So you've allowed a situation to cause you pain and suffering, right? You have. And now, because it was in your life, yeah, it wasn't me. Yeah, but you allowed it to happen. You should have walked away, or you should have said no more. So yes, you did allow it. Just admit it. I have to admit it. We all have to admit it. Okay, it's our fault. So okay, you admit it's your fault. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't really a fault. It was just an experience. But great that you say, okay, you admit the fact that it wasn't you. But it was the experience, and I should have and I could have, but you didn't. But now you're protecting yourself. That protection now is 10 times worse than what you went through, because now you can't feel. You've lost your feeling. You've lost the experience. You've lost your trust. You've lost everything. So you're now walking around with this protection around you. Nobody can get in. You can't get out. So what I'm looking at here is the answer to your happiness, and that is within you. And what I'm seeing here quite clearly is the mind. And ones are normally a suggestion that a lot of thoughts come into the mind. So we're seeing wands, which I explain in the course. So this is all to do with what's going on up here in your mind. So if you can break free, this is what happens. A new strength, a new power that was resting, residing in a place that should have been out doing whatever it's doing. So my suggestion in this card, and the power in this card, is ultimately amazing. It means that in not so long, you're going to break through that what you believed was your protection. You're going to smash the walls down, and you're simply going to look up and say, okay, I'm not going to try and protect myself anymore. I'm not going to do anything other than allow you to bring whoever you want in my life. And I'll just accept it and I'll say thank you, but I'll also be aware of my life and of who comes into my life. But I will not hinder, I will not smash something that could be beautiful. So I'll just let it happen and see what happens. By doing that, you set yourself free. You smash down the walls and you become your light again. You become the whole point of being here. So this is a beautiful card. And whenever there's light, that is a positive. Okay, so we can see in this card clearly that your answer is to break free, right? You can see that. Look at the walls smashing and look how beautiful you are. The light is always you. So wherever you see the light, it's your power. So there you go. Break free from the mind. So it's a very beautiful card. And this is the way I read. This is the way I do it in lightness, love, happiness, joy. I also do it with this is what I see. I don't say this is what's happening. I say this is what I see. It's up to you to take what you feel from this, and I'm just going to do my best. I'm just going to try and enjoy it and really enjoy it. This is what I see. I don't know if you get anything from it, but this is what I see. Lovely way of coming forward. No ego. No, I'm better than you. I'm more powerful than you. No, listen to me. You don't do this. Yes, do that. None of that. None of that. We never enter into a path of telling people what they should and shouldn't do. Ultimately, when you are a good reader, you give people their power back. And what a good reader always does is look for answers to why they're feeling in pain, physical, emotional, and mentally. Sometimes there's real deep trauma in there, and sometimes you can just, boom, pick it up and say, oh, have you ever thought about this and seen this? Have you ever felt this? Oh my God, I never, oh yeah. And then they go away and then they become the powerful I am. And I think that's gorgeous. So this is exactly how I used to like reading for a decade and a half. Loved it, read for many, many people, and made a very good living. I mean, I wasn't rich, but I made a good living that I didn't need to worry. I could choose my hours, I could choose my time, I could choose when I wanted to work, when I didn't want to work. I was very, very blessed to be asked to go to over 30 different countries to work as a healer and a psychic and a reader. Predominantly my reading was one of the most sought after things, but come 8 years, 9 years, I think my healing took over, and I think people enjoyed a reading with healing. So I always suggest to people, if you can learn how to become a pure energy healer or a Reiki master, whatever it is you want to, whatever fits in your life, whatever feels right, combine the two. So I always used to give a reading, and then after the reading, lie them down and give them a healing session. That to me was a perfect 1 hour and 20 minutes. That was beautiful, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I loved being asked to go and to jump onto a plane and to spend a week with clients, and they'd bring their friends and family. It was great. I enjoyed it. Sometimes it was hard work. Sometimes I was abused, but that was okay. Abused meaning pushed too much, and I had to learn to say no. But that was part of the experience, and I learned a lot from it. So if this does come across and feels right, this is for anybody who is interested in moving forward and learning now more about these cards and how I read, then there is this special offer right now, and that is for anybody who really truly wants to make a new life, They want to be free. Now, I can verify this from tens, maybe 50 people right now who I know who are full-time readers. So they might read 3 times a day, they might read 5 times a day, they might have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and they might work Monday to Thursday or whatever. A lot of them tend to do a lot of work online. So some people are a little bit nervous and they don't want to be face to face. So what they'll do is they'll ask for the person's name or first name, and then they'll read for them, or a photograph, and then they'll read that photograph, and then they'll write it all down and send it to them. So I know at least 6 or 7 very successful readers who learn from the 10-hour course and who are doing really well now. I know at least 5 people who are extremely successful, and they also have online businesses and they employ people now, and they're doing really, really well. So I don't want to talk about them. They're all there if you want to find them. They're all friends of mine on all social media, and I've interviewed a few every now and again, so I'll interview a few more. So this particular 10-hour course, which is just about everything that I know within each individual card. So basically what you get from this is what you've just heard tonight, but a breakdown and a very condensed talk on each card. So you get to watch 10 hours learning of each card and what their symbolisms are. And it also gives you step-by-step ways of like, wow, that's a great idea. Oh, wow, I never thought about that. Oh, wow, that's how we should do it. Oh, wow, that's how we shouldn't do it. So I also giving them 10 hours, all my knowledge of all my mistakes. And it's good to know my mistakes, because if you don't fall in that point where I did, then that saves you any pain and suffering. So it's good to know where I fell and when I thought, oh, that I went too far there, or I shouldn't have done that, or wow, I wish I didn't do that. If you can already embrace that, then it might help you if you come to the point where you nearly say it and think, wow, I remember what Mark said. I'm glad I didn't say that, you know. So it's good to be professional. It's good to be loving. It's good to be kind. It's good to be honest. But it's also good to be extremely careful how you present yourself in the cards and how you never, ever steal anybody's power. This course was originally £300. We then put it down to £199. But then I wanted to share this out because so many people were lost. And this course isn't just to become a reader. This course is to help you read for yourself, for your friends and family as a gift, just to help each other out. And they are powerful. If you use them correctly, they are powerful. A once lady that I knew said to me, Mark, you don't realize how powerful these cards are. And I said, I do. It's not about how powerful they are. It's how you are with the cards. It's nothing to do with how, like, look at money. Look what it does to people. Some people, it makes them shine and give more. Some people do terrible things. So the cards bring out either the best or the worst in you. So it's up to you. I say that if you've got a loving heart, you're kind, you're caring, you really are an empath, then use the cards. If you're angry, if you're feeling bad, if you're jealous and bitter, stay away from them. They're not for you. They're only going to cause you issue and make you feel worse. I only work with tarot cards when I'm happy, strong and feeling great. I never work with them when I'm sad. Never. If I'm confused, that's different. I will always ask the cards if you can give me a little bit of help, if you can help me see out of love and kindness. I never ever ask the cards for anything. I just look for things. What that means is I'm not wanting to have monetary value. I'm not wanting to... There's certain things I don't look at. Okay, I only see life, I don't see death. I am not interested in death because I don't believe in it. So I always look for help, I look for healing, I look for ideas and ways that might be able to generate a new energy around you that brings magic into your life, and thus abundance always comes thereafter. So it's The course is 199. It's online, so it's me like this talking to you and showing you each card and then going through lots of different things for them 10 hours. But this time it's slightly different because when you buy the course at 199, you also get included right now a gift set. And in that gift set is a box of these. Now, these are about £27, and inside here is a beautiful incense stick to start and to finish whenever you do this session. So, if you decide to do the course, you light a stick, cleanse yourself, takes about 3 minutes, and then put it out, and this should last you a long while. So, they're amazing. Basically, it's got moldavite dust in, and that moldavite dust enhances your energy to see more. So you will be saying, oh, I see this, I see that, and I'll be going, exactly, you see more than me. So you'll see things differently than me, and that's brilliant. I encourage that. That's what makes you a special reader. As well as that, you will receive this deck of cards, which obviously you need. So that will come as well. But I also added one of my favorite oils now, which is called the Awakening Oil. And this oil is always rubbed at the top end of your body. So you can start somewhere around here, behind the ears, definitely around here. Again, behind the ears and at the back of the neck, rubbing your hands, breathe in, and then begin the work. So first of all, you'd put these on, you'd give yourself a good cleanse with a stick, right? Put it out because you don't want it to keep burning. Keep it safe. This is cleanse yourself down so you feel ready. Then put the oil on. This is what I used to do before I did my reading. Put the oil on, breathe it in through my nose 10 times, and then switch the next hour on. And then we begin our beautiful 1 hour of learning all about these cards. The other thing that I also give as well is free DHL delivery. Including in all of this, it works out at £144 discount when you include the DHL. So that means that the course literally is costing £55, and I think that's a pretty damn good course, and people are swearing by it. They're loving it. They're learning from it. I do believe with my hand on my heart that this is one of the most beautiful courses for tarot in the world. And I say that because when I did this tarot course, I did it when I was at my peak, when I was at the strongest and most powerful. So what you see in that course is pretty clear that I really can tune in deep into the cards, and I really do show with all my heart everything that I've learned. I don't miss anything out. I don't take anything from you or hide anything from you. I don't make you feel like, oh, he's not said this. I give you everything in this course. So yes, I believe it's an amazing course, and I do hope, I really do hope, and mean this from the bottom of my heart, guys, I hope if you decide to do the course that you experience something that takes you forward in a direction that you can say, I'm so glad I did that course because this is what happened after it. If anybody has done the course, I'd really appreciate if you could give some feedback underneath here, just so it gives people encouragement and it helps people understand what I'm saying, because it's easy for anybody to say anything when they're trying to sell something. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to help you become a powerful seer, a new and amazing healer, and a new energy that comes into your life that you can then feel stronger. You can clear things quicker. Pain disappears faster. And it's just like a best friend to go to if you ever need a little bit of help, encouragement, and direction in a way of love, kindness, and a connection that I believe is the whispers of spirit through these cards. I've got to finally say a big thank you to Carl W. Rohrig. This guy who painted these images, all I can tell you is that, my God, were you a channel? were you an amazing channel. What you have done for my clients, my tens of thousands of clients over the years, you've helped save lives, literally. Literally save lives from people wanting not to be here anymore. So a big thank you to Carl with all my heart. You are a genius. Long may your cards live on for decades and decades and decades. And I believe with my hand on my heart, they are the best cards in the world. So thank you, Carl. Hopefully one day we will meet. I'd love to shake your hand and say thank you. And I'll just put the link below, guys, and see you at the 10-hour online tarot card course. Enjoy it. I really mean it. Enjoy it, and let me know how you're doing. Just let me know. I'm so excited when you tell me. All right. Night, night, guys. Take care.